Hey Aussie gamers, and to everyone that loves video games and things alike, this is the Aussie Gamers Express video game podcast. Born and bred within the land of opportunity and slow, overpriced internet. For news, reviews, and video game related fun, keep listening along with your hosts, Lucas and Red. This is episode 172, and today is Thursday, the 8th of June 2017. Welcome to the Aussie Gamers Express video game podcast. I am your host, Lucas, and here with me is my very, very good friend and co-host, Red. How are you, mate?
Other than being geographically disabled and being very fucking cold, I'm sweet, man. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Told you I rehearsed it.
Geographically disabled.
Fucking Tasmania's so cold, man. So cold.
It is cold, but what's the temperature there right now?
I woke up, it was 3 degrees. Right now, it's 3.5 because I woke up 8 minutes ago. No, 10 degrees we've got.
10 degrees? That's not cold.
Yeah. Fuck off, it's freezing.
Oh, it's not hot. It's only 14 degrees here.
Still colder.
Oh.
I'm fat. There's more of me to get cold.
Well, okay. But yeah, 14 degrees here, 10 degrees there. It is cold. My feet are cold.
Excuse me.
I think there's a really cool new invention that I need to get my head around to help my cold feet called socks. Have you heard of them?
Yeah, I don't change them.
Yeah, all right. There we go. Woo! Geographically disabled. Whatever. All right, before we start, here is this week's show in preview. First up, we'll have video game discussion. Then we'll do video game news. And in this week's news, we have Xbox and Sony backwards compatibility. Sniper Elite 4 developer unveils a new co-op shooter, and Battleborn's free-to-play component. Then we'll do user-created content. Then What's That Sound? Then we'll do Remember When, and Red Shout, and some last words if we've got them, and I'm pretty sure I've got them anyway. But anyway, video game discussion. Red!
Oh, I've actually finished games, because you've given me, like, the best part of a month to play them.
Lovely. What games are those?
Well, most relevant one, I finished, I should say we, because our good friend Weeksy, and I finished Sniper Elite 4 last night. You would have played it on realistic, wouldn't you? Yeah, fuck
authentic, yeah.
Yeah, so when you finish, you get like the 8 difficulty trophies.
Bing, 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 bing.
Yeah, so we finished that. We finished it with all side missions as well and optional missions. So basically, we gave it its due. We played it properly. Fucking hard, man. And you know, there's different aspects of Sniper Elite which make it difficult. First and foremost, there's the wind, you know, and then there's the time of day, and then there's noise cover, and then there's you got elite soldiers and you got Jaegers and everything like that. And the further you get towards the end, the less cover you have, the less sound cover you get. Also, the more dangerous the enemies become, the harder the missions and everything like that. So all the aspects leading up to the last mission that they throw in just a little bits and pieces here, like they'll give you hard targets plus nighttime, or they'll give you daytime no cover, lots of sound cover, but no buildings to hide in and everything like that. So it was really well done. Didn't feel like it, because as we've made mention to a lot of times, all the way from Sniper Elite 3 through to this one, is the maps are really fucking big.
Yeah.
So it could get really old if you're like, okay, well, there's a building there, there's a generator, kick the generator, go inside the building, gauge the wind, shoot the target, move on to the next building. I really like how this is chopped and changed. It's got about 8 real specific aspects to it, a lot of just covered with like different enemy types and sound cover and everything like that, time of day, and it just chops and changes and throws it all up if you know what I mean. So this level you get nighttime with no cover, but there's lots of grass, or you've got pretty standard, straightforward assassinations down a fucking downwind, so you've got no wind and stuff like that. So I reckon it culminated very, very nicely up to the last level, which was well hard.
Yeah, I bet.
But it finished it off really, really good, and there was even let's say Sniper Elite 4's story is not its strongest point.
No, it probably wouldn't be.
But there was still a bit of a kick in the guts right
enough.
at the end. I still went, oh, Jesus Christ, that actually happened. So I couldn't recommend it any more than I already do. I rate the game highly for a co-op game, for a single-player game. I even played a couple of levels in single-player. Going back from authentic to easy or medium, where it gives you your gauge, you got no wind, there's no bullet drop, you're just pulling off X-ray shots every you don't give a shit. You don't hide. They're not going to kill you. It's just I think I found it very, very rewarding to become competent at the authentic difficulty, gauging the wind, putting on suppressor ammo so you can gauge the bullet drops, so you can get a couple of extra shots in to just get your bearings in each different situation. So I thought it was absolutely brilliant. Yeah, couldn't rate it any higher than I already do. So yeah, get about that, because it's often cheap enough to acquire. Staying relevant, last night, sitting there, dicking around on me Rocket League, as I do. Pat, or Snoogs, as you guys affectionately know him as, goes, what are you playing, Red? And I went, Rocket League, duh. He goes, want to play a round of Rainbow Six Siege? And I went, oh, fuck yes. So I played about 27 minutes of Rainbow Six Siege last night, and it felt like a new game to me. I had not played this game for probably a good 3 or 4 weeks, and it was just, yeah. It was mention worthy. Look, there's nothing. Oh, there's new DLC, but fucking never done any of that. We played 2 maps and then said good night. It was 2 ships crossing at the end of the night, and we had a game of Rainbow Six, and then packed the boots up and went to. Well, I didn't go to bed. I sat there and watched YouTube for 2 hours, because something else I played yesterday for the first time, and I actually have it on download on my console at the moment, thanks to a little bit of help from my friends. Well, my cousin, who's actually my friend. UFC 2. I played it. Remember, I've been banging on for ages. I want to play UFC 2. I want to buy UFC 2. I want to get this game, and it's just never actually happened. Well, it's fucking happening. I'm downloading it as we speak, and I actually played it for the first time yesterday, and it is fucking sick.
Nice. Yeah,
it was so much fun.
They are really good games. I don't really get into them too much myself, but they're cool. They're just a lot of sort of button combos.
They are, but it's cool that you're absolutely correct. But it's different to your Mortal Kombats and everything like that, which I really respect as well. Because
it should be too. They've done well.
Absolutely, your left, right, your counters, your sways, your parries, and everything. Your grappling all the way, because I've played all the UFCs back from 2009. I think it was called Undisputed UFC 2009. The grappling has come a long way, like your wrestling and your ground posturing and your moving and everything. So there's a new mechanic at play here, because I haven't. You often learn a lot with these UFC games, with every installment, when you get to do a career, when you start off as a 60 overall and you start your training and everything, it just like a normal training scenario, when you're actually doing the sport itself, it's repetition. So you'll do these trainings in between fight camps and everything like that. And it teaches you, and it becomes second nature to you on the control, as it would in real life. Like, all right, I'm on my back, I need to grab someone behind the neck to stop them from punching the fuck out of me, sort of thing. So that's where I'll learn the new mechanics and everything once I delve into that. I've just been playing some versus mode with my cousin and actually my son. My son, Xavier just gets a heavyweight, stands there and bangs. He don't give a fuck about stamina. He just bangs and hurts because he doesn't give a shit. But yeah, more coming. I'll report more in the coming weeks on career mode. Because being an EA game, also they have the Ultimate Fighter mode, which is kind of kind of loosely like your FIFA Ultimate Team.
Yeah.
Cards and shit like that, and so I know very, very little about it except for the fact that it actually exists. So there'll be more in the coming weeks. I'll report more back on that and just see how diverse the game is and what this year's installment offers. But so watch your space on that one because I think that's really, really, really cool. Probably my biggest accomplishment for the last couple of weeks is completing the Surge. I did get that done. I love the genre. I love these games, but I'm not very good at them. I'm good enough to be able to farm and over-level myself when I get to an area that I may struggle with, and it might take me a bit longer than a lot of people, and I may be well over-leveled compared to where other people are, but I actually completed the game, and it's a fucking top-notch narrative closing, probably a couple of hours intertwined with gameplay and audio log pickups and cutscenes. You're working your way through, as you'd know, affectionately working your way through the game, and you can kind of see what's going on. You see these people and you see these robots, and you kind of make a few educated guesses as to what's going on, and the machines are becoming alive and shit like this, but you don't actually know why, really, until you get right towards the end and there's a lot of plot dun moments and you go, oh fuck, of course, if you know what I mean. And you go, oh, of course. And I really recommend to everyone that's played it and thought, oh, there's not a lot going on here. I implore you to get through it, punish yourself and push through it and check it out. I remember talking about punish yourself through it. Your first gaming session back after holidays, which we should all say welcome back, but you'll give us a little bit more information on that, I would assume, without me stealing any sort of thunder off you with that. But and then your first game you play is a fucking boss battle on the Surgeon.
Oh, look, while we're on topic, I'm still stuck on that too. I've revisited that another occasion, and really? I still can't get him. It does my head. Maybe you can help me out. This is going to be a little bit of a tips and tricks section because I need your help. There's something that really annoys me, and I can't work out what it is you need to do to take down those big robots. Just to try and put some context in there for people trying to work out what I'm talking about in the game. There's a boss in the game. It's probably 2/3 of the way through. Is that about right?
It's a black Cerberus boss in the security wing. Yeah,
so dude comes out with a big axe. After you wail on him for a bit, he nicks off and a big massive bipedal robot thing comes out that you got to take down. Yeah,
it's a replica of the first boss,
that's right, yeah. Now, it's so unpredictable as to when it goes down. I don't know what's going on. Basically the only way that I can beat those robots is I just wail on his legs constantly until he falls down, right?
That's the job. That's the trick.
Is that it? Is that all there is to it?
Because I tried experimenting. I know what you're talking about, because with the first guy, spoiler alert, first boss in the Surge, he has to shoot down near his feet to knock himself down.
Yeah, you blow him down with your own rockets.
Yeah, so I was trying to get him to do that.
Yeah, same.
But it wasn't happening. I'm like, and I'm cracking the shit. So I'm like, well, I fuck it, because they've got a health bar at the top, as you know, and then the same as the first boss, you fill up a bar.
Yeah, the orange bar.
Instead of depreciating his life, you actually fill up a bar, and then he's got to drop down to the ground so you can fucking smash on with his face.
What I don't understand is that bar stays full for ages. It
does, doesn't it?
There's got to be a trick to it that neither of us are aware of, because there have been occasions where I've dropped him on his ass really quickly.
Super quick? Yeah.
And then sometimes it takes me a couple of minutes and it drags on for ages of me just wailing. There's got to be something there that we're missing.
Probably.
And because I'm wailing on him for ages, it leaves massive opportunities for me to make a mistake, and then I get hurt, and then I have to waste health.
That one side swipe, it does take 3/4 of her life away.
Yeah, exactly, that thing. And then when you run out of stamina and you can't dodge out of the way of when he stamps his feet like a toddler that's pissed off.
Yeah.
So that's what's been getting me. Like, if I could slowly take my time with the main boss, I reckon I could get through it not too bad. But then it's the unpredictable nature of those robots when they come out. I don't know how to get them down, because like I said, sometimes they go down real quick and I'm like, wow, this is good, I'm going to get him down. And then sometimes it takes forever, and then once the boss comes back out again after you beat the robot. But then on some occasions I've gotten his health down like a lot before he runs off again, and another robot comes out.
How fucked is that? The first 20 times I ever got there, I almost beat him every time, the Black Cerberus guy himself, and then no extra robot, and then you get in there and you get a perfect run, and he fucks off again and sends another one out.
Yeah, that's right. There's sometimes you don't get that extra robot, and sometimes you do. That's what I mean about the unpredictable. I can't work out what the method is. Like, what is going on in this boss fight? It doesn't make sense. I've gotten him down to the point where I just needed to hold down square on him to do the finisher, and I got hit and killed.
I'm actually looking at a guide at the moment. You can actually stop the robots from coming out.
Oh, really?
You can only, just fight the first one. Remember those? I was telling you about those 2 energy canisters that you need to explode to get the trophy?
Yep.
If you get him to blow those up, right, he won't send any more robots out. I am right now currently sucked in because this is recorded live and you'll be listening on Sunday and you won't be able to go, hey, copy and paste that to me, Red. I've just sent you through a guide.
Okay.
Oh, good. Because
I'll use it.
Just try something different. Yeah, fucking try something different to get it done. But
that explains why.
I hate getting stuck.
Yeah, on the occasions where the second and third robots haven't come through, it's probably because I've inadvertently had those things explode. Okay, that does explain that. All right, I'll take some care and try and get that done. But yeah, it's just really frustrating that I nearly got him, and I had to give up again because it was doing my head in. But I'll go back to it, like, especially after hearing you say what you've just said about the game. I really want to finish it, but this boss battle is kind of dulling the experience a bit, and I can't blame the game, but I mean, I can't really blame myself either. I'm not really that way inclined with games, and I'm the sort of person as well that I will ruin my own experience by not giving up when I'm struggling.
When you need to have a break.
Yeah, when I need to have a break because I'm so damn stubborn.
You can't be. Oh, well, look, I died to him at least 50 times.
Yeah, I'm probably about that. But
then you got assholes, and I say this with as much affection as I can muster up with the amount of disdain that I have with my attitude at the moment. But you got Brendan Brown and you got Zach Weeks. Weeks, he's like, you died 50 times, Red. And I'm like, yeah, and he goes, well, I just done it on New Game Plus, and I got hit twice in the first game, and I didn't get hit in the second time. I went, fuck you, man.
Yeah, well,
some people are just demons at it. I'm not. Look, the best part I can say about you struggling with this guy like I did, it's like, this really feels like it's really near the end of the game.
Yeah.
There's actually a whole lot of game to go after him, hey?
Yeah, good.
You'll get a couple of tougher normal guys, but there's still a whole lot of game and a whole lot of story, and there's directly after that, like probably half hour, 45 minutes of gameplay after that, when you're working your way around and getting your shortcuts all sorted and everything like that. There's a couple of moments there where you just go, fucking wow, and they're really adult theme sort of things, if you know what I mean. Like, yeah, you can rate a game on violence or a movie on violence and language, but there's a couple of really deep adult themes in there, and you go, fucking hell, really? So I'm really looking forward to, hopefully you can nut it out in your game time this week, so we can actually probably just touch on some of the aspects of the narrative next week without giving too much away, but you just go, I know what you fucking mean, because that was rather, it's deep. It's fucking pretty deep. Yeah. Oh, well, look, I'll definitely go back to it. I'll have a look at that guide and give it another couple of goes. But yeah, it's just a big, it's a massive difficulty spike. Oh, fuck yeah.
Well, for me anyway, and obviously for you.
Was for me too.
Yeah. Well, it's comforting that I'm not the only one struggling with this part.
I just you've exhibited the love and affection for the game leading up to this point where I'm really rooting for you because, like, I know it was in the heat of the moment and it was the passion coming out, and I know you didn't mean it, but you go, it's points like this where I just want to fucking quit and say no more, but I know you won't, and I'm really rooting for you and waiting for that moment that my phone goes, ding, I fucking got him! Because, as I said, there's so much more game after that, and that's the one roadblock, if you will, with these sorts of games, with your Souls and your Neos and your fucking Bloodborns, and sometimes you can hit a boss that just, even for every fucking guide you read on the net and everything, like, oh, you meant to do this, you meant to do that, you know what to do, but your thumbs and stuff hitting the circle buttons to dodge, or whatever your dodge button may be, that was just an example, just doesn't do it for you as an individual.
Yeah. Oh, man, these games test you. They test a lot of things.
The thing with Souls and Neo and everything like that, you can summon someone in to help you, so you bring in a pro.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
can't do that,
the Surge, mate, you're on your fucking own.
Share play, bro.
Share play, bro. Well, I should have MVM by now, and I would have been able to help you, but fucking, you'd probably still be sitting there watching me for it took you.
Yeah. Oh, well. Yeah, man. Surge, it is a great game. Definitely worth a game for anyone that likes that genre.
Yes, absolutely. Well, I'll continue on real quickly because there's actually not a whole lot more because I've been doing the same thing over and over again. I've completed 2 more seasons on AFL Evolution. I was lucky enough after winning my first premiership to receive an offer to trade clubs and go play for my favourite team.
I've got a bit to talk to you about AFL. Keep going.
Oh, very good. So, yeah, nothing more to report there really other than the fact that I've played 2 more seasons. I've been best and fairest and Brownlow winner for 2 more years with my created character, and won 2 more grand finals. I'm loving it. It was amazing how just changing the colour of the uniform I was wearing and the players I was playing with, that just gave me another massive injection of encouragement to keep playing the game, if you know what I mean. Being a sports game, it is repetitive. You do the same thing.
Yeah, we're just playing AFL, aren't you?
Yeah, so, but fucking wicked. Did you want to do the AFL now, or you got to...
Yeah, no, I was just going to bring something up that I saw the other day. I think the first night I came back from my holiday, I was like pretty glary-eyed and sort of... ruined a bit from travel and all that, but I saw there was a special on TV. Now, just clarify, your team is the West Coast Eagles, is that right?
Correctamundo.
And I never realised before, but so you had Ben Cousins.
Oh, fuck yeah, man. I wore the same number as Ben Cousins. Do you know how you see number 9 in a lot of my things? Big 9 red,
yeah,
9 button.
Yeah.
That's my football number. That's Ben Cousins' football number.
Oh, I don't know if I'd be toting that out that they're the same.
Fucking Drago.
What I was watching was like this, just like a documentary on him and what's gone on through his life. Fuck, is he in jail right now?
Yep.
Jesus, man.
It's got one of the best biographies going around too, mind you. That was a really good read.
Like it's a very interesting story.
Fuck yeah. And he was a well-talented fucking footballer.
Oh, fucking wasn't he? He was amazing from the things that I was seeing. He was so great at such a young age, which may or may not have been his upbringing, not old enough to be able to deal with that kind of stuff. But anyway, there was things like where he was clean for like 30 days and then his mate died of an OD, another team player, another team member or something?
Not unders, but B grade team player. Yeah.
Like a West Coast player, but not the A grades or whatever. Yep. And like, you know, I would think, and now I'm not passing judgment on anyone for this, but you know, I would think that kind of thing is what would, you know, kind of make you clean your act up, but
reinforce, but instead of a relapse.
Yeah, but it pushed him the other way, went back into the drugs. Jeez, he had dramas. It just, I thought I'd bring it up because I saw it and I saw the team and I'm like, isn't that Red's team?
There was a big underbelly sort of drug culture and organised crime culture over there for a good couple of seasons, and it didn't help that their fucking head coach He's an educated, fucking certified chemist. Just piss through this filter cover. You'll be right.
Yeah, so, and I thought that was I didn't actually realise, but that's probably why he hasn't been in the news. The bloke's in jail.
Yeah, well, he was in the news because the cops just targeted him, as if you wouldn't.
Yeah,
because he always had, methamphetamine on him or whatever the different Class A fucking drugs that he was on. But, yeah, because there's actually, there's a documentary back in the day where there's a lot of home video footage of him, and it's just all explicit. You can see everything that he's doing, and the copious amounts of powders and everything that was going into him. It's a wonder he's not dead. No wonder now, after looking so fit, and you see his latest mugshot or where they're dragging him off to arrest him, he just looks so old and gaunt. Kids, don't do drugs.
Nah, real bad idea.
Not as many as Ben Cousins, anyway.
Far out, man. That's crazy. But anyway, that's all it was.
Yeah, good story. Rocket League. Don't need to emphasise any more on that. Right, 2 more games I'm going to cover because I know I've done, 3. We'll start with this one because it's all under the same heading. FTP. What's that stand for?
FEP?
F2P.
Oh, F2P, free to play. Right, yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Correct. I may have said FTP. Free toilet paper. I've got a new
File
phone
transfer
game.
protocol?
I know you know about it.
I do.
Marvel Contest of Champions. So, if anyone's played the Injustice game on the phone where you tap, slide, hold, and block for like a round 1, round 2 sort of fight, it's the same-ish without having dual rounds and the complete omission of any DC characters because it's Marvel.
Right.
So it's got RPG elements, it's got leveling up, it's got grinding, it's got different tiers, there's PvP, PvE, lots of PvE, lots of story, lots of Marvel lore, lots of characters, lots of fun, little lag, no bloody... there's no input lag, which used to be a real plague of handheld games. If you remember back in the day when we first started getting games, everything other than Angry Birds had some form of input lag or dirtiness to it. This game just starting to feel very, very clean because unlike the Dragon Ball one I play, you make a selection and then everything happens for you. Here, it's all input. So if you go like Morse code, you go... ... dash hold ... that's a combo, and if you've got to rely on that to hit as a counter and to continue on, you need to have a little bit of trust in your software, and it's absolutely brilliant. It works. It's awesome. I think it was you, to quote you said to me, you go, these games must be decent or appealing to you because you're putting console time into them.
Yeah,
and that was the best analogy that I've come across yet, because I am putting consoles, not every day as I used to, but when I do pick it up and go, all right, well, I'm going to do the daily objectives. The daily objectives isn't just have a fight. You've got to use your set of characters at least 80 times to complete a daily objective, and that's a good hour of sitting there just tapping away. The best thing is now, though, once you reach level 25, and that took me 12 consecutive days of playing pretty hard and gauging, or I'm almost a level up, so I'll use a refill, a stamina refill, and then I'll put a double XP on. That'll guarantee me for the next hour of double XP. I'll get up over to the threshold, and then I'll be the next level. Once you reach level 20, there's a little green button down when you're doing PvE, so just your story. You just hit the little green, it looks like a head, and you select your character, and it'll fight for you. Because if you've done your grinding right and you're leveling up right, you're going to be well over leveled for any PvE events. But you need to do the PvE events in order to gain the currency to upgrade newer characters. So what you do is, while I'm cooking tea or while I'm hanging washing out or something, I'll hit the little green head, and I'll let my guys just fight away. So that's just rather a convenient feature. So it gives you a little bit back for being dedicated. And then the last tier of unlocks is level 25. I've just reached level 25 not yesterday, the day before. So the complete game is now unlocked to me, because obviously they won't let you into the higher tier stuff because you'll walk in, die, and then it'd be no point to even loading that section. But now the complete game's open to me. There's a heavy focus on alliances, or clans if you will, but it's called a Marvel Alliance. It opens up extra game modes, extra abilities to get unlocks, extra currency. So it's another self-sufficient game. It gives you enough currency to get the premium stuff and everything like that. I've put no money into it, and I've got a lot of good characters. I've got a really, really good roster at the moment. I'm really enjoying it. So that's game one on my free-to-play. All right, to stay with Marvel, it was going to be my my closer, but because we're talking Marvel, I have one completed character apart from the hardest cosmic trial on Marvel Heroes Omega on the PS4.
Mm-hmm.
Initially, I said it was like Diablo, and I'm going to stick to my guns there and say it is, because of its camera, because of the way it feels.
Yeah.
But even early on, when you're character building, and the amount of loot that drops feels like Diablo 3 also. There's so much stuff there. But then there's a point when you start hitting peak level, like level 60, when you start leveling out that, and then you start going out on like patrols or your end game content, it feels a lot more like a World of Warcraft, or like it feels like an MMO, because the best part of it, when going through the story, because there's 9 chapters, 2 to 3 super villains per chapter, so you get to see a whole lot of action, you get to do a whole lot of stuff and come across a whole lot of the MCU, good and bad. You go into an area and say it's AIM and Doom, Victor Von Doom.
Mm-hmm.
So you go through a public area where there's everyone that's logged into that server at the time, and there's public events and there's loot rooms and everything like that. But then you'll get, all right, go talk to this shield member. So you'll work your way through, and you can take down sentinels, or you can do clear mobs and get a bit of loot here and there. And there's public events every 3 minutes, so there's always something to do in these public areas. But then you'll hit a door, and you'll go through the door, and at that exact moment, you go into your own game.
Okay.
So if you're partied up with someone, they'll come with you, and then you just go off and do your level. And mind you, the levels are pretty fucking big, as well as the public areas. So I think that transition and the lack of load time, even just in a beta phase that the game's in, it's absolutely brilliant. I don't know how to explain it. I've played with Thor. I'm Thor so far. I got to end game at level 60, obviously, and then there's these trials where you got to do a bit of wave defense, offense. Like, you got to get through a couple of waves with a couple of bosses in there,
mm-hmm.
and then so that's called a heroic trial. And then there's a super heroic trial, which I've not long ago just completed, and then there's a cosmic trial, which is the final tier. And when you beat each of these, it unlocks everything you've done previously. So all your chapters, all your areas, you can put it up a difficulty level. So if you go up to super heroic, which I've just done now, you have the ability now that the bad guys will drop purple loot. So it goes white, green, light blue, and then you get to heroic, which is dark blue, and then the super heroic, which I am now, that is dark, is purple, and then the cosmic, I believe, is yellow and gold and just fucking all fanciful legendary stuff, which I've not got my hands on any yet, obviously, because I'm not there. But you're able to progress your way through. You can grind yourself up. Like, I'd done the heroic trial. I wasn't strong enough for the super heroic, so I went and done a patrol. So you run around Midtown, and that's a local lobby. Sorry, a public lobby, where every 5 minutes, say, the Sinister Six will drop in, or Magneto and the Brotherhood of Mutants will drop in, and you just run around Midtown, which is basically like a Hell's Kitchen.
Yep.
Just doing round streets, taking on mobs of bosses with like 15 other people. I'm talking, you got 3 Thors there, you got 2 Hulks, you got Magneto, Doctor Strange, and everyone. And the frames will drop every now and again, and you'll understand this because there's a lot of things you take into consideration because it is a beta. that it'll be optimized in the future, but it's still not game breaking. You kind of take into consideration that you got 15 people from around the world doing horrendous amounts of damage in an area effect, and the game doesn't crash. So that's really, really cool. It's just it just invokes all these sorts of fucking positive emotions. You go, yeah, fucking get him, and then finally when they drop, like a mob of sentinels will come down from, you know, the sentinels from X-Men, the big robot dudes.
Yep.
Five of them will drop in, and fuck, it's just epic. It's just
good.
It's fucking crazy.
I've only played it a little bit. I've probably I think I've just finished the tutorial.
Yeah, you and everyone else, mate. You and everyone else. Oh, I've been gagging for someone to fucking... I'll drag them along. I'll come back. I'll do level 1 stuff, and no. Actually, Nick did say last... Nick's, I think, got a character now. Snoogans has a character, but Snoogans is a Division, or he's a Ubisoft sweaty, so he plays Division and Wildlands.
Yeah, well, I'll play it with you. Just
I
ask
know,
me.
You're back now. That's the thing. We'll get there.
That's the only thing that's held me back, is that I played it when I got back, but then, had to go straight back to work, so I've not had time to play.
Yeah. This I understand. And hence why I say I've been gagging for it. I'm not anymore, because I know you're back and I know you'll play.
Yeah.
So yeah, the only thing you'll have to do, as you said, you've done the tutorial, and you just have to get to level 10, and then we can go off and quest together.
Okay.
So yeah, lots and lots of fun. So I am having a lot of fun with that. I have every intentions of putting some money into it. I have the credits sitting there ready to put into it in case I want another character. I haven't decided what I wanted to do yet. I really wanted to explore all endgame content to make sure that I'm getting my money's worth. So having someone else to play with instantly makes 100% more fun. So yeah, we'll get around to that. But that's awesome. And a very, very last, and I've taken a lot of time, very, very last thing is another beta, free to play, Gwent, the card game.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's now available on the PS4, obviously. Very fucking cool. Well, I had access to it on the Xbox, but as you'd know intimately that I've got no live at the moment. I don't think there's any justification to be spending $10 a month on...
I don't have it either, man.
Nah, there you go. So there goes all your PvP.
Yeah.
And that's where the life of this game truly is. There's 18 card battles you can have as a tutorial / campaign / premium currency grab, so you can do that, and it'll give you some chump change that if you do all 6 in a certain area, you've got enough to buy a couple of packs of cards and whatnot. But for any Magic the Gathering / Witcher fans out there, this Gwent game is the way to go. It works. I tell you what, I've had probably 30 multiplayer games, and when you hit casual session, so you got to be level 10 to do ranked, so I just do casual. When you hit it, it has a counter, time counter counting up, searching for opponent in seconds. It's never reached 10.
Okay, that's good.
Especially for me on my internet, it's like there's never a shortage of people to play. There's never a massive wait. Creating decks is a lot easier than what it sounds like. Obviously, with games like this, when another player plays a card and you don't quite understand what's happening, but there's stuff going on, you can highlight their card very easily, blow it up with R2 so you can read exactly what it does. So it's a perfect hybrid between the Witcher's Gwent, so the meta in game in The Witcher 3, and Magic the Gathering. Excuse me. Very fucking cool. Very cool.
Yeah, it never really grabbed me. I mean, it's a great game, but it's just it doesn't do it for me.
Yeah, you didn't play the hours of Magic the Gathering growing up like I did, though.
No.
Look, if it was Warhammer and it was like tabletop style virtual thing, you'd probably get into it as heavy as I got into this. But yeah, no, this was really my bread and butter, because you'd notice things happening. Because I played so much of it in The Witcher, And now there's a lot of subtle changes, and a lot of it's not black and white like it was in The Witcher. It was either win-lose per card sort of thing. Here there's a lot of variables, and this happens over this amount of time, and this can take 2 turns to have this effect, and this weather has this effect, and every 2 turns it loses a life. And yeah, it's really, really, really cool. Really, really, really enjoyed it. So yeah, if it sounds like you're interested because you like The Witcher and you have some understanding or knowledge of Magic the Gathering, then you definitely could do a whole lot worse when it comes to tabletop strategy virtual games. So get amongst it.
Awesome. Cool, man.
That's me. I'll wrap up there. There's obviously a few other bits and pieces and odds and bods I've done over the last 3 weeks, but that covers the majority of it and a bit extra. All
right then. Good stuff. That was good games there. You've played a fair bit in your time off and enjoyed the shit ton of games. Awesome.
Fuck yeah.
Love your Marvel.
Fucking oath.
Dude, that was super passionate.
Yeah. I get into it, eh?
Yeah, that's good stuff. No, that's great. All right, I'll start off and tell you where the hell have I been. I was in Fiji. I went to good old F1J1 for 2 weeks, and it was
F1J1 King of the Hill.
It was amazing. I had a great time. It was so relaxing. When we landed there, the weather was like really fucking terrible. It was pissing down for the first 2.5 days. But I've got to tell you, even in the rain, the place is just beautiful. It's just, I didn't even care. But mind you, we had a lot of good weather while we were there too, so it wasn't that bad. Relaxing by the pool, alcoholic drinks being brought to me, just sitting, chilling out. So good. Red, you would have been proud. It's probably not the right format to be gloating about this, but I drank so much alcohol while I was over there.
Oh, good. But that's the Aussie way. And last I checked, that was kind of Aussie Gamers Express, not Vietnamese.
But because it was what's called an all-inclusive package, so all my food and all my alcohol was all included. It wasn't extra, so I could just have whatever I wanted whenever I wanted. There was even a particular day where I went over there with my family and also a friend of the family's family, and my mate and I went up to the bar, and we're like, "Yep, we'll get 2 whiskey cokes, thank you." And the guys looked at me and he's like, "It's 9:30 in the morning. The bar's not open yet."
Yeah, that's all you can eat and all you can drink. You can only eat and drink between 4:45 and 6:30.
No, the bar opened at 10:30, so we're like, right, we're going to be back in an hour. Have those whiskey cokes ready.
What you do? They just go sit at the buffet and eat for an hour.
Yep, that's what we did. But we played golf. We went out on the boats. We went to some of the local schools, the villages. We had kava. We did a lot of things. The kids had a good time. They played. They danced. It was a hoot. It was a really good time. Nice, relaxing place. And thankfully, my planes both took off and landed without crashing. So I'm really thankful.
Oh, that's right. You don't like planes, do you?
No, but when we landed in Fiji, the plane fucking bounced off the runway.
Yeah, fuck that, mate. Fuck that for a joke.
Yeah, so it's touched down and bounced, and then touched down again, and we didn't die. So
was it a big one?
No, it's only one of the little ones there. It was a bigger one on the way home. It's the first time on the way home. It was the first time I've ever been on an aeroplane with a middle row.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, so it had the 3 on the left, 3 in the middle, 3 on the right. That's the first time I've been on a plane like that, which leads me to one of the games I'm going to talk about. There was a TV screen in front of every person on the plane, and it had a remote control thing, like a video game system built into it.
Oh, get fucked, really?
Yeah, no, seriously. And the controller kind of looked like they inspired by a Super NES controller, I should say.
The old NES, so Sega era.
Yeah, I've got photos of it. I'll hopefully put that up on Facebook shortly, or I might include it in the image,
the picture,
the picture for the thumbnail, whatever you want to call it for the podcast. But yeah, so I played a couple of really. There was a racing game was probably the most graphically advanced one. It was a top-down racer where you're racing, just sort of dodging around other cars and racing. But the thing is, you could create your own lobby.
Oh, within the airplane?
Yeah, and you could invite certain seat numbers. How cool is that? So it was all like land up, and yeah, you could invite different seat numbers. Anyone on the plane could verse each other.
Oh wow!
How mad is that?
Except for fucking private or whatever they call it. You're in economy. What do they call the business class?
Business class.
They're all playing the PlayStation 5.
Yeah. Yes, that was kind of cool.
PlayStation 4. Yes, please. I'll travel around the world every day.
Yeah, but I've never been on an aeroplane like that before. So that was pretty cool, and played some games on it. And moving forward, actually, before I finish with my Fiji holiday, dude, there's nobody knows anything about video games in Fiji.
Nobody knows anything about a proper diet in Fiji, I would assume.
Yeah, probably not. No, it's a third world country, but I'll tell you what, though, I don't think they're poor because there's a lot of big bellies over there. Made me feel right at home.
Yeah.
But there's no video games, man. There's some of them have got TVs in their homes, but nobody even slightly had anything to do with video games. Not even old school stuff. It
must be just Bali that does all the bootlegging and everything like that.
Yeah, because we went into
Indonesia.
Into the shopping and all that, and there was very little media. Like there was a shop that had all the bootleg movies, but there was no games, nothing. There was just absolutely
it's lost
nothing.
to them.
Yeah, which is not necessarily a bad thing because it is a beautiful place. It's nice for it to not be untouched and be a nice getaway. But yeah, so
what's the internet like over there?
Well, it's probably similar to here, albeit besides NBN and stuff. The most people, I think, their internet just comes from their mobile phones. The resort I was in had an hour a day free Wi-Fi, and that was just enough for voice calls. Like when I Skyped you that time. It really, and you could use Facebook. Anything else, it just wasn't worth it. It wouldn't work. It'd time out and stuff like that. So, but that's the resort. So, but yeah,
but you almost go to those places to get away from the day to day.
That's right.
I know you love your games. I know you love the availability of your speeds of your NBN and everything at your place, and picking up your phone and just doing whatever the fuck you want. But as you said, you went with family, you went with friends, and that was the point.
Yeah, that's right. Look, I was happy to not have that stuff available to me, which is really good. And I was very confident in leaving Aussie Games Express in the capable hands of Snoogans and the rest of the team. And mind you, I've come back and I've been absolutely impressed with their work. There's good content there. There's really good. What's the word I want? Interactions on the Facebook page, which is great. So they've done a fantastic job in my absence, so I really appreciate that.
Big boots to fill.
Yeah, well, I like to think so, but they did well. I wasn't worried.
Small jocks, but big boots.
Oh, you didn't seem to mind. Still made you speak like this.
Doodle.
Doodle. Anyway, so I had a great time, good holiday, but we're all back to business as usual now. So on one of those times that I was on the internet for an hour in Fiji, I got a notification saying Overwatch was on sale.
Yep.
And I always said that I wanted to buy Overwatch when it's on sale next. And typical, it goes on sale when I'm out of the country. But I checked the dates and I was back for 3 days before it finished. So when I landed, as soon as I got home, the first thing I did was turn on my PS4 and I bought Overwatch, the Anniversary Edition or Game of the Year Edition, which was really cool. And I've been playing Overwatch, and I was a little bit worried because after playing Paladins, I really enjoyed Paladins. I wasn't sure if purchasing Overwatch I'd be a little bit disappointed because I'd paid for it. Does that make sense?
No, absolutely.
But Overwatch and Paladins are essentially the same game. But Overwatch is just a super duper polished, pretty version.
Yeah, and
you have all of the characters.
Yeah, I was about to say, and there'll be other not hidden, but 1%ers that Bethesda, that Blizzard will do that no one else will be able to do.
Yeah,
they have lore, like little bits of lore that you can go find. They'll have probably better security with their servers. They'll have events, tournaments, ranked seasons, and everything like that, which is essentially what you pay for. Now, I want to stop you really quickly while I've got you there. You said Year 1 Anniversary Edition or whatever you got?
Yep.
Can you put your finger on what you get extra or what's included in that wasn't included in the day one version? Okay,
well, I'll try my best because I didn't have the day one.
Just to put it into clarification, for the next, I think it's for the next week, so probably only a couple of days after the podcast comes out live on Sunday, you can get day one version of Overwatch for $30 or $40 from Harvey Norman at the moment.
Oh, really? Wow.
Hence why I'm asking.
Okay. Now, you're going to get... look, I got, what do you call it, the bonus... Crates? Yeah, I think I got about 12 of those crates. I think that's it, man. And... so
it'd be only cosmetics,
It's really cosmetic stuff. It's cosmetic stuff that they're giving you with it, because the DLC... or the added content, the extra levels, that's going to be available to everyone. It's not a special edition thing that you have to buy if you get the original one. No. There's new game modes as well. It's like an arcade mode where you can do 1v1 and all that sort of stuff. That's going to be for everyone as well. So I think the Anniversary Edition is really just going to give you a whole bunch of little special bits that you might not be able to get ever.
Yeah. Limited cosmetic vanity items.
But it's just going to be cosmetic stuff, because that's the whole thing for Overwatch, is that it's very much an open playing field where everyone's going to be on the same level, so to speak. Like all of the characters,
no exclusivities.
Yeah, that's right. Like, Call of Duty, you can get better weapons than somebody that's like, because you're leveled higher, you've unlocked better weapons.
Variants. It's just it's all just fucking RNG, and you can pay to get the better weapon. Not so much pay to win. There's a bit of skill obviously involved, but you can get the weapon that does double headshot damage.
Yeah. So there's none of that, because with Overwatch, if I play one character and you're on the opposing team and you've got the same character, we have the exact same attributes. There's nothing different. The only thing that you can change is like the dialogue that you can choose to say, your spray paint, so your tagging ability, and your outfits, so your skins. So that's the only thing that changes. And I like that about the game, which means if one character's not doing it for you, it may not be necessarily you, and you're not playing that character right. It may be that character isn't the most effective against who's in the effect, like the opposing team. So, because what happens, you'll have somebody that can put up a shield, but there'll be another player that you could choose that is most effective against that shield to take it down.
Yeah.
Whereas other characters might not be able to take that shield down as fast. So you can change up through the match as well. Change your characters. You're not stuck with. You're not stuck with that character. So if you find that it's not working for you, change. And I've got to say, I've played a couple of games with Repremier. Thank you very much to him to playing with me, because it is a game that's very team based.
Oh fuck yeah, because it's so competitive.
Yeah, you can't solo that game. If you do, you'll do well, but your team won't. You really do need to share the responsibilities. So you've got to have tanks, you've got to have defenders, you've got to have attackers. If you have all of the same,
healers,
you're probably going to fail.
Yeah.
But I like it. There's good tactics to winning. And, geez, there's some real, crunching moments that really do define the type of game. Like when you're struggling so bad at the start of the game to the point where the other team has captured 95% of the captured zone, so they need to get it to 100 to win the round. You hold them off from 95% and win. Oh, that happened, by the way, and that was fan-bloody-tastic. But if you use the right tactics and you work as a team, you can do some amazing things in Overwatch. And I've got to say, I'm a little disappointed I didn't get it day one. I should have.
It'd be legendary status by now.
It'd be... Like, I mean, missed opportunity, but I mean, hey, it's all fresh to me now, and I can play it now. It's fantastic.
It's not going anywhere, and it's only going to evolve.
Absolutely, this game's not going to fade away, which is why I was confident in buying it now, a year after. But it's absolutely brilliant, man. If you can get a hold of it on the PS4 for $30, I'd say part with your cash and get Weeksy and get as many. If we can get a whole team together, mate, that'll make a full night. We won't stop.
Yeah, no. Hence why I asked. I only seen an article yesterday. They're selling there's some games at the moment. You can pick up Horizon Zero Dawn for $39. You know, there's between Harvey Norman and Target at the moment. There are some fucking stupid prices. There's games for $10 at Harvey Norman.
Yeah.
you just got to check availability in your local area, and if not, order online.
Yeah, but no, dude, I would be absolutely over the moon if all you blokes got it on the PS4 to play together. Because I tell you, I promise you, we'll lose a night in it. Like,
I think because I played it on Xbox. Remember they had the free weekend, so I'm not completely obsolete to what it's all about and how it works and the mechanics of it. I think it's got that fun factor because it's not just the color and it's not just the vibrance and it's not just the, as you said, the voice recording and the general conversation that goes on between the characters and everything like that. I think it takes out, except for certain characters like your Widow or whatever her name is, like your sniper ones and stuff like that, your real niche characters. You've got a big crosshairs and a lot of it's from the hip, so you're not relying on these head glitching and coming out of a corner. You know, you run. I used to use Tracer or Trace or whatever her name is.
Tracer, yep.
Yeah, with the twin pistols, and then you can go back in time, and then you go forward and drop a bloody time bomb on them and everything. You just fucking whoop, you're zipping around. You don't need to be shooting everyone between the eyes. It's more about DPS than it is precision and... yes, it's skill, but the skill is... There's more skill in the knowledge of how your character works, and that's classic MOBA. Yeah. You know, as you said, you need a team. Classic MOBA. You need buffs, you need debuffs, you need healers. Because the healer, I forget her name as well, because I used to use
Mercy.
her. You can heal, or you can buff someone else's damage.
Damage, that's right, yes.
Horses for courses, and the classic MOBA. Classic Blizzard. Classic... with the DPS, the damage per second, and registering and everything like that. You talk about paladins and stuff like that. This is why Blizzard will always be number one in these games, because it's DPS, it's calculation, it's balancing, it's finger on the pulse sort of stuff. And I can see the allure, I can see the attraction, and I can... But as you said, a team of 5 and you get lost for a night. You need a team of 5 to get lost for a month, and then you'll be really good.
Yeah.
You know, you have the capacity. There's a game there that has the capacity to draw you in again and again, but for an extended period of time where it's all you'll play. Yeah, there you go. That's my summation from what you've said and from my experiences. Let me know if I'm wrong.
No, that's about right, mate. I love the game, and I'll be playing plenty of it when I can. Next up on the list, I played and finished Butcher yesterday on the PlayStation 4. Now, there's a review that'll be available on aussiegamersexpress.com. Go and check that out if you want to know a little bit more about Butcher. Do you know anything about Butcher?
Not. I didn't know it existed. I never heard of the game.
Do you remember, I think it was the last episode that we did, Red, we talked about abuse, because you spoke about that arcade thingy that we could go and get like shareware stuff?
Yeah.
Do you know Abuse? Do you remember that game?
Yes.
Butcher is kind of like Abuse, and it's a side-scrolling platformer abuse-like, Doom-like, Blackthorn-like game.
Oh, okay. Really?
Yeah. Now,
hang on, I'm just going to get some screenshots for.
Yeah, bring it up. Have a look. It's a
Butcher
really
PS4.
It's a really good game. It's also got a slight touch of Super Meat Boy to it as well. Not that you sort of the platforming is.
I can
key,
see where you're saying that. Yeah,
but
yeah.
the graphics and the blood and the amount of deaths that you'll encounter.
The pixelation. What is it? 16-bit or it's 8-bit? It's new wave. It's it's everything we tried to get away from 10 years ago has now come back hardcore. Back.
But the thing is, they've got the same style of graphics, but the fidelity to the graphics is more than it ever was back then. Like,
oh, of course.
Yes, it's pixelated, but it's detailed pixelation. Like, people get ripped in half, and you see like the guts trail sort of slapping onto the ground. Like, you never had that back then. The level of animation,
and you've got the color palette.
Yeah,
you can differentiate.
It's above and beyond. But the thing is, Butcher is what I love about of Butcher is it's easy to play, but it's hard to master. Now, there's a casual mode that you can play, right?
Mm-hmm.
And for most people that play the casual mode, you're going to have a good time playing it, but it's going to have a rare challenge. You won't die very often, and I finished the game.
So you just enjoy the game.
You enjoy the game, right? And get a feel for it. And about 90 minutes later, you'll be finished. But I think that casual mode is really tutorial mode. You'll finish the game, and you'll learn all the different weapons, and then the game starts when you replay the game again on the harder mode. And then
how much is it?
I don't actually have that handy. Sorry.
My bad.
I'll bring it up. Yeah, this was a review code provided to us, so I'm not too sure. But let me bring it up now. Butcher.
$14.95.
$14.95 says Red. There you go. $14.95, $15 Australian. Totally worth it if you like these kinds of games. And that's the thing. Like, that first playthrough on casual is your nice setup to go through it again, and you're gonna die in the harder modes. The trophy for it is on finishing it on hard. I think is fuck this. Or fuck that, or something.
Just by looking at these screenshots, am I right in assuming it's 2-player?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, I don't believe so. Actually, I can go into the listing here. I don't believe it is 1 player. Yeah, it's only 1 player.
Oh.
Yeah,
even couch co-op, that looked pretty cool.
Would have been nice, wouldn't it? Maybe a missed opportunity there, but no, it's not. But it runs really well. The strange thing is, though, left trigger is jump.
Like aim. Left trigger. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yuck.
Yeah. That's strange. I mean, I got used to it after a few minutes, but it's a little bit weird.
It's right stick aim like a twin stick shooter, like a 360 aim?
Yes. Yeah.
That makes sense then. And right trigger shoot.
And right trigger is shoot, that's right. And then that
kind of makes sense that way. Because it's so full on that you really don't want to be taking your finger off the button in a platformer.
That's the one thing that I thought made it okay, is that I could still aim without... Because if X was jump, you got to take your finger off aiming. So I guess
you won't be able to do like jump shots and stuff like that.
Yeah, so I guess that's what the idea was. And I eventually got used to it, and it worked. But it's a bloody, dirty, disgusting mess of a game, and I loved it.
Awesome. I put it to you. You should upload a level to the Facebook page so we can watch it. Because I want to hear the metal. I want to hear the metal music.
Yeah,
that's another selling point there.
Well, that's the thing. If you get the does it come with the standard
soundtrack?
One? There's a soundtrack. Oh, you can get the bundle one for $20. It comes with the soundtrack.
Good soundtrack.
It is. Yes, it is. It's a great game, mate. I loved it. Like I said, it's quick to finish, but you've got to go through and you've got to play it again. The replayability is high, and then you'll start dying, and it's tricky because it really gets a bit on in the later stages of the game. And some of the enemies, they move fast. real fast. So it's very fast paced, and there's good variation.
I'm going to put it to you now, and I've been in the biz a little while now, and I know that we're in the line of getting codes and promoting games and everything, and basically our responsibility on our end is to be honest first and foremost, but then to try and incur sales for the said provider of code. Here's a catch-20 question for you. In your opinion, do you see this becoming a PS Plus title in the next 12 months?
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. So that's the do you buy it or
do I? Don't I? Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it all depends on the individual. It's $15, so I'm sure you're not going to pull your hair out if you've blown $15 3 months earlier to play it.
We've done it. All done it, haven't we?
Yeah. Well, that's right. And I don't know, if you live life putting off games that you want to play because of the chance that it might be free later, I think you're not really doing yourself a favour. If it's a game that you don't really want to play but maybe have a go, then yeah, maybe wait for it to be free. But if it's a game that really... Because that was the draw for me, because it reminded me of games like Blackthorn and Abuse. I really wanted to play it. Had I not got a review copy of this game, would I have bought it? Yes, I think I would. I was interested in this game before it was released, and we were told that we were getting a review copy, so I didn't buy it. But then, so we've gotten it, or we've received it, I should say. Poor English there. And I'm not disappointed in the slightest. When the first cutscene started, I was like, oh, these graphics are really blocky and blurry, because there was text and it was in that blocky blurry sort of thing. I was like, you can't even read that. God. Yep. But then that's the last time that thought ever went through my brain, because it's very different in game. So yeah, I recommend it.
Yeah, look, don't get me wrong, I wasn't trying to sway either way with that question I just asked you, because the only reason it's fresh, that feeling is fresh at the moment, is because of the neon chrome that's now available on the PS Plus that I was talking about.
Oh yeah, yep.
6 weeks ago, 6 weeks ago. You remember that? And you go, oh, rah, is it worth the $30 or whatnot? And so I'm like, well, fuck yeah, I'm loving it, but now it's free.
Yeah.
So I just think it's awesome, because obviously games like this, they do have to recoup a certain amount of money to make it worthwhile to develop games like this. But then, look, you look at games like this, and I have no intimate knowledge on how to make a game, develop a game, create a game, draw a game, write a game, the licensing, fucking the bullshit you got to go through just to release a game here in Australia. But you'd think it'd take a lot less sales, hence the $15 price tag, for this to make back their money than an Uncharted 4. So that's probably why they do come to PS Plus. Yeah,
possibly. But look, like I said, if there's a game that comes out that I want, I'm not waiting for it to come on PS Plus, because I might miss out.
No, likewise. I wasn't. Yeah, my motivation behind that question wasn't to ask people to wait or to encourage people to wait either. Fuck, you live once.
That's right.
It's $15.
That's it. But anyway, so the review's up on aussiegamersexpress.com. Go and check that out. It's uniquely worded, this one. I was in a good mood after when I was writing it, because I just finished playing the game and I had enjoyed it. So it's got some colourful language in there. Go and check out the review.
That's not like you.
This game and its audience deserved the way I wrote it, I think. So, probably worth checking out. The next game I'm going to talk about was my saving grace while I was overseas, and it was because it didn't require an internet connection, so thank you very much, Bethesda, for that. But that was Fallout Shelter. I played a lot of Fallout Shelter while I was overseas, and that is the only game on my phone that does not require a connection, and thank God I already had it downloaded. So my shelter has gotten pretty advanced. I've nearly got 100 dwellers, and I'm now smashing death claws when they come to my vault in teams of like 6. So doing well with that. Did you ever get Pop and Cappy? Might be new
The
content.
robots?
No, they're like one's, but not Pop and Cappy. Stupid. Bottle and Cappy, I should say. No, that like one is a bottle cap, but like a mascot with arms and legs, and the other's a bottle with arms and legs.
No,
Might be new content since you've played it, but basically I've rescued Bottle and Cappy, and now every now and then they just rock up to my vault and walk around and do little dances, and when they're dancing you can tap on them and you'll get bottles of Nuka-Cola and free caps.
Oh, cool. Yeah, like how many times have you found the hidden stranger?
Oh, I've seen him disappear a few times. Do you have to tap on him?
Yep.
Okay, yeah. I've seen him disappear and thought, what was that? I've never...
You know his relevance? Did you ever have that ability in Fallout 4? Did you ever go down the luck skill tree and get the hidden stranger?
No, I didn't. Oh, is that the one
that's why when I seen him, I fucking know who you are, and I recognise that sound.
No, I know about it. That's the guy who'll pop up just randomly and help you in a fight, right?
In the vats, when you go into vats and slow down, he'll pop up and if you don't quite kill something, every now and again, I think that early on there's like about a 17% chance he'll finish the fight for you. Yeah, I know of him, but I never used him, no. But I've seen him, I've caught him just in the last, like just since I started playing it again, I've noticed him as he fades away, and I'm like, oh, what was that? Yep, tap on that mofo.
There you go. But yeah, so Fallout Shelter's really cool. Still playing that, and going really well actually. Like I said, nearly 100. I've got 93 maybe dwellers. I've got 80% happiness overall. Got some really cool card drops and some good dwellers in there. And I decided I had to change my couple that were rooting and making babies. So I'm thinking, well, surely we're going to be inbreeding soon. So I swapped the parents over because I was getting the same surname for like half of my dwellers.
John Smith, Alfred Smith.
I had
Smith.
Bush and Snow. So,
Snowy Bush.
Yeah, so I've changed that. But that was Fallout Shelter, and the last one was to talk about the Surge, but we've already talked about that in my struggles, but I will get back to it and play it some more. But that's it. What I wanted to mention as well, I haven't played it yet, but I downloaded it. Crossout. Do you remember Crossout?
Yes, that's on console now?
It's on the PlayStation 4. Good to go. I've downloaded it.
Oh, okay. I seen maybe an email.
Yeah, so
something alluding to the fact it was on console. Yeah, that's free to play too, isn't it?
It is, yes.
Ah, damn, it's becoming that these. We always talked about early access on Steam and Greenlit and Greenlight or whatever it's called. I'm not too intimately knowledgeable when it comes to stuff like that, but we always knew. Like I think the bridging game or title would have been Ark Survival on the Xbox. You're starting to get these early access, these betas, these free to plays coming to console now. Because like you got Neverwinter, you've got Final Fantasy: A Realm Reborn can be played as a free to play title. There's heaps of them. There's lots and lots and lots of free to play titles, and they're all coming across. Like that Dungeon Defenders, that's another one that I've played. How do you feel about it? I think I'm all for it.
Oh, the free-to-play's coming? Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm all for it. I like free-to-play games.
Bad. Like they probably had this stinking aroma of poor unfinished games. Like to me, don't get me wrong, that's not a general consensus. I've not really done a survey, but they're really good.
Yeah,
I think it took something like Marvel, if you know what I mean. The subject matter for me to go fucking right. I'm having a really big crack at this. Gwent, what we've just spoken about, because I've only, other than on the phone or mobile device or Android, I've not really played any free-to-play games before because I'm like, nah, it just wants me fucking money, and my overwhelming need within my personality to be really good at a game was then dampened by the fact that I thought I'd have to spend $20, $30, $40 in order to be within the realms of achieving that said goal. So I was always gone, nah, fuck that.
No, I like it. And the good thing is as well, because, I mean, it's easy when a big game comes out to play with your mates, because generally everyone's going to get the biggest, latest, greatest game. But when it comes to smaller titles, it's hard to convince your mates to spend the $20, $30 on an unknown entity, right? But when a free-to-play game comes out, the only thing that they're down for is a bit of download capacity. That's it. So you can convince your mates to have a go, and you never know, you might find a gem.
Yeah, it's just an extended demo, isn't it?
Yeah, and no one gets hurt if it sucks. You just delete it.
2.8 gig too, so not... Well, we played it... My PC ran it... Well, PC, when I say that fucking lightly, my crap top.
Yeah.
It played it okay. So, yeah, right, I'm going to download that.
Yeah, nice.
Because it's a great game. It's what... Mad Max crossed Twisted Metal.
Yes, brilliantly said. Yep, that's a very good explanation for that game.
Yep, yeah, count me in.
One. All right, awesome. All right, well, that's
we'll stream some of that together this week sometime.
Okay, then, no worries. Sounds good to me. But that's it. That's it for It's All I've got, Red. So I think it's about time for video game news. Alrighty, first up in the news, Red, Xbox and Sony backwards compatibility.
Yeah, bro, yeah, I've made a big old fat sandwich right here. I've got two news items and they both pertain to the same sort of concept, so I've gone, let's make one out of it.
Yummy!
So, I don't know if you've heard, it's only relatively new, and with E3 coming on the way, and we're all expecting different announcements and everything like that, but big Hedwig, global sales chief Jim Ryan from PlayStation has come out and said that who or why would anyone want to play backwards compatible games?
Yeah.
I tend to agree with a lot of that statement, if you know what I mean. Like, what were we talking about? Like Wipeout, that's just come out. They've just redone Wipeout. Mm. And one of the noting factors, whether it be good, bad, or indifferent, depending where you sit on the fence, is the controls are the same. So, like X's acceleration as opposed to the modern day triggers for your brake and acceleration, everything like that.
Yeah.
And we've often talked about old games, how when we go back, how the control schemes are just fucked. You know what I mean? They just don't work like what we're used to in today's environment. The control schemes don't work right, or don't. Well, they work compared to how they worked back then. They're exactly the bloody same, and we somehow got around it and played it and enjoyed it. But why would you want to go back with the PlayStation to backwards controls and backwards graphics? That's just my question. Like, I understand there's a relative amount of success with the Xbox. I'm about to cover that also, so don't get me wrong. But as far as the statement that was made, why would anybody play this? I see a little bit of truth in that personally. I'm not sure how you feel about it. Like, if I was to put to you, how much backwards compatibility have you played on the Xbox, what would you say? Nothing at all. You there?
Yeah, sorry, I'm here.
Whoa!
You good?
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, the thing cut out. Anyway, what I said was, I don't really play the Xbox. Full stop.
Fair call.
So, I mean, would I play backwards compatibility more if it was on the PlayStation? Like if PlayStation had what the Xbox has? I think maybe I would, but most of the time it would be for nostalgia's sake and probably only for a short time.
This I understand, but everything that was ever worth playing on the PlayStation 3 has been remastered.
Well, that, and, I mean, being a spokesperson, or at least speaking for PlayStation, they need to be a little bit careful because they sell PlayStation 2 games on their store for a premium.
Absolutely.
So are they saying, why would you want to pay this? But fuck it, we'll sell it to you anyway, you dumb bastards. Like,
the only thing I'll say in rebuttal to that is they do sell PlayStation 2 games at a premium on their store, but they are only good games, or games that are hit like a platinum level of sales in the past, where if you look at the backwards compatibility on the Xbox, for every 100 games that are backwards compatible, there's probably 5 good ones.
Yeah. But they're free.
Essentially.
So to speak, you still need to own them.
That's correct.
Yeah. But, I don't think I would play them as much as the world would make me think.
No, and I often make, when we do the whole this is plus, this is live, or games with gold this month, I keep saying, wow, considering these are all backwards compatible and all playable on the one console, Xbox wins. I've only ever played 2 games on backwards compatibility, and that was not in their entirety either. But while we're on Xbox, I'll smush the other bit of news in as we speak, because you said you don't play your Xbox much lately, and you and everyone else. So there's been some research conducted between September 2016 and February this year. So that's exactly 6 months of a calendar year. And there was, what was it? Dickhead. I had it all there written in a good... So over 1,000 Xbox Live accounts have been monitored that have agreed to share their data, of course. And here, according to the research, only 1.5% of the more than 1.65 billion minutes of Xbox One usage time is tracked on backwards compatibility on the Xbox 360 games. So 2%. Just to break it down in 100%, 55% of the time is Xbox One games. Netflix, TV and YouTube consume 32%, 14% on other apps, so probably Twitch and stuff like that, and 1.5% of time is spent on backwards compatibility games. So there's raw data there that proves that, well, it goes to proving there's enough data there for a control subject, for a control to show that maybe it's not as inviting or not as good as it's cracked up to be.
Well,
you know what I mean? Like,
the idea outweighs the actual activity, I think. I mean, it's great to think that you can, but do you want to?
I said 1,000, didn't I?
You did
actually
say 1,000?
lie. Yeah, no. 930,000 users were monitored. Sorry.
Right.
Yeah, I was about to say that. That gives a little bit more validity to the numbers.
Yeah. No, fair enough. But it's with my Xbox usage. One of the things that frustrates me when I do use it is, like, I use my Xbox every single day because that's how I watch TV, Netflix, and YouTube is through my Xbox, because it is very, very convenient.
Fucking oath, and I've been there and seen you set up, and I do concur with that statement.
It's great. I turn my Xbox on, the TV, the stereo, the Xbox and my set-top box all turn on, and it goes straight to TV. It's easy. I like that. But the frustrating thing is, and Microsoft don't get it, is they don't get it whatsoever. Stop fucking changing the layout of the Xbox. Pick one that works and stick to it. Because the amount of times that I struggle trying to get somewhere and I don't know how to do it anymore because it's changed since the last time I've tried it. They keep moving everything. They keep changing the layout. If I go to my PlayStation, yes, it's boring as batshit. The PlayStation doesn't fucking change. It's the same scrolling across the screen as it always has been. But I know how to fucking use it, and I know how to use it really fast.
Yes.
Xbox keeps changing things. They've made this faster. We've made this. We've done this. We've changed this. We've moved this to a better position. It takes me longer because I knew how to do the last way that you did it, and now it's changed. It's in a different position. I'm always trying to work out how exactly to find, like, I'm like, I want to go into an app. I want to go into the app that I can watch movies off a USB. Oh,
Yep.
where is it? Oh, I don't even know anymore.
Yeah.
It gets to the point sometimes where I just give up and go, oh, look, screw it. I'm just not going to do it because they change it all the time. Sort it out. I don't enjoy playing my Xbox anymore.
No, and a lot of people think that this Scorpio is going to be a saving grace for the brand. I'm not sure how much of that. We've done a podcast while you're away.
Right.
Have you listened to much of that?
About half an hour.
Yeah, you see, look, a lot of points I made, and which I should say really, really quickly, if you're looking to understand what I'm talking about, it's available at YouTube. On YouTube. I don't think it's on a podcast being Garden, Stitcher, TuneIn, well, all that sort of stuff, but it's available across there. We had to talk about our E3 predictions. So if you go to Aussie Gamers Express channel and E3 predictions and having a chat, there's also a link on the Aussie Gamers Express Facebook page if you go there and have a look for that also. So if you want to know what we're talking about. But on there, I was very skeptical, very doubtful whether the Scorpio A is a new generational leap, or B is at all going to save the console, or it's going to save this generation. I'm so in tune with the way you just reacted about how the Xbox is changing. It's non-fluent. There's no allure to it. There's nothing to grab. I've got the stats here now to back that the backwards compatibility isn't even bringing people to it, and almost over a third of the time spent on the Xbox from this collective data is doing something other than playing a video game.
Yeah, but you see, the thing is, I'm not saying that the Xbox One is shit. Right?
No, I understand that.
You don't need, because the PlayStation 4 on paper is more powerful. I don't think you need to have the most powerful console to be the most attractive, and that was proven by the 360, because the PlayStation 3 on paper was better than the Xbox 360, but that wasn't what the statistics showed, because people loved the 360 more, and so did I. But when it comes to actually using an Xbox One, I just don't feel comfortable with it because it changes all the time. It just annoys me. And even though that's only a small thing, but that small thing compounds because the other side of the coin is doing it right. It's simple, it's fast, it's effective, and it has a lot more support. So I don't have any... I have no reason to go across and buy anything on the Xbox.
Third party? No way.
No. Like, I mean, obviously there's the exclusives, which, mind you, are few and far between. But I'd have no drive to play anything on the Xbox One, and it's a shame because it is a good console, but they're not treating it right.
And they have the best network when it comes to console gaming.
Absolutely, they've got so many things going right for it, but that's one of the things that really pisses me off is how they keep changing the layout. Like the dashboard, or whatever you want to call it, it's changing so often. I'm lost. Yeah. I'm lost. I really don't know how it works. There's even the store. I struggle trying to navigate that, and sometimes I press back because I want to go back a step, and it just leaves the store completely.
Yeah.
It's horrible. It is absolutely horrible. They broke it. That is a really bad thing. Even
their store's a bitch to navigate.
Yeah, it's terrible.
Because the only reason I say this, my son's got an Xbox One, and I was trying to do something for him the other day, and I had to take control of it, and the dashboard had changed with like the games and apps and everything in the top left corner now as opposed to the top right corner. And then that night the kids were going, oh, we just seen a trailer to this bloody Teen Titans movie, animated movie, and I'm like, oh well, I remember putting $15 or something on my Xbox Live account so I could buy gold. But of course, remember I said back in the day you couldn't do that because you need a subscription, a credit card. So I knew I had $15 there. So I went looking for this movie. I did find it, but fuck, it took too long.
Yeah, it's a bit messy.
And it was in the title of the movie was in Spanish.
Oh.
The movie was English, but the title of the movie was in Spanish.
Yeah, I do get the strange fonts.
Teen Titans El Diablo. I'm like, what? And then it had fucking... The blurb was in Spanish.
Yeah, there's some bad problems with it. And, I can't remember what I was going to say. It was just not happy. Not happy.
Not cool. So,
no.
In a nutshell, backwards compatibility is not what it's cracked up to be.
No, it's not.
In my opinion. Our opinion.
Yeah, I agree. All right, we'll move on to the next piece of news then. Sorry about that, Microsoft. Sniper Elite 4 developer unveils new co-op shooter.
Go figure, they also developed Sniper Elite 2 and 3. Rebellion. Remember how much fun... I think it was one of the very first codes, well, one of the very first console codes that Aussie Gamers Express ever come across. Zombie Army Trilogy.
Yes.
It took the mechanics of Sniper, added 2 more players in co-op, so it gave you 4-player co-op ability, co-op playability, I should say, and gave you the same sort of worlds, sizes and everything, but put zombies in there as opposed, well, Nazi zombies, as I was going to say, as opposed to Nazis, well, Nazi soldiers, I should say. And we had a whole lot of fun with it. We reviewed it. You could still find it if you went and searched it at aussiegamersexpress.com. But they've come out, and I did really fucking quickly highlight that, didn't I? Because I was just going to send this to you so you can go, ooh, hell, wow, yeah, I see what you're talking about there, Red. They've just teased a new game, a new co-op game that's going to come out, and it's in the vein, I believe, of Sniper, because when you've got a winning formula, why fuck with it? But this one's going to be set in the 1930s, and instead of zombies, it's going to be more supernatural. So from the trailer, I've seen skeletons, and I've seen pharaoh, Egyptian-type mummies, and everything like this. So we're still going to have, by the looks of it, I can't determine too much from the trailer, but I've watched it a couple of times, that there's it's going to have a lot of the same mechanics. The co-op works in Zombie Army Trilogy, whether it be PlayStation or PC, because I remember back in the day I asked Repremier just for just for common knowledge, and yeah, so there's lots of good things to see here. So, like, I like the supernatural theme. I like co-op gameplay. I've just finished Sniper Elite 4. It's worked. Every game that they've developed in the last 10 years has just kept getting better and better. There's no reason to think that this won't be good again. And I should say, the name of it is called Strange Brigade, set in the 1930s, 4-player, supernatural, Sniper Elite type gameplay. And there is expected to be a release at E3 this year. So if that sounds like your type of thing, then you might want to tune in. I'm not really sure where it'll be showcased, if it's going to be on the main stage or if it's just going to be a booth on the floor, which I would assume that to be the case, considering it'll be not cross-platform play, but it'll be released across all platforms. So
yeah.
Of course, there's a somewhat niche following to the Rebellion sort of games, but everyone we've ever come across, we've really, really enjoyed, and they've worked. I know that they've worked with 505 games with some of the Sniper games. Like, I played How to Survive 2 last night, so I went from one 505 game to another. So everything that these guys seem to do, there's a formula there. So if you like the sound of a 4-player Zombie Army Trilogy / Sniper Elite mechanic game with supernatural elements that you can play with your friends, then Strange Brigade is one that you might want to put on a sticky note and stick it up on your desk and search it up at / after E3 and put it on your calendars. So yeah, I will play it. That I'll guarantee you. I've played every one of their games since Sniper Elite 2. So yeah, count me in. I don't know what you think. Did you see the screenshots? Yeah,
I've watched the trailer to it. It looks good. It gives me a Left 4 Dead 2 kind of vibe. It looks absolutely, but it looks good too, if you know what I mean. Like, it's just a little bit crisper graphics than your Zombie Army Trilogy or your Left 4 Dead. So it's always good. You always want to see just that slight step up in quality with this generation. But yeah, I expect that'll be something I'd like. It looks good. Absolutely. All right, last bit of news. Red, Battleborn's free-to-play component.
Oh, you couldn't have scripted it any better. We talked a whole lot about Overwatch earlier, and even Paladins. Who the fuck had the idea in a boardroom with a tie and suit on, said, let's release Battleborn at the same time as we release Overwatch?
Yeah. Very silly. And that's Gearbox. Gearbox, isn't it? Is that Gearbox? Is that who make that?
Yeah, 2K and Gearbox, yeah.
Yeah.
So, but that's why it makes the news. The competitive multiplayer side of Gearbox's first-person shooter Battleborn is now free to play.
Right. Okay.
Takes on like a League of Legends sort of thing where you get certain characters over a certain amount of time. You can put down money to buy characters, or you can earn in-game currency, not unlike your Paladins that you were explaining also. This, at the moment, it is only for Xbox and PC. But as it's been well documented in the news and across many social media sites, from its launch in May 2016, it has struggled to attract players, mainly because of the reason that I just pointed out, because it did release with the same allure to it as... I keep using that word. That's my word of the day. It had the same attraction as...
Overwatch.
And anyone that wants to go up against Blizzard is fooling themselves, really. Like, I understand there might be a need for this game, but what else? Oh, fuck. I had it written down. Yeah. Remember when... I know. I'm fucking all over the joint. I'm just having so much fun.
Welcome back, everyone.
They released Tomb Raider on the Xbox at the same time as fucking Uncharted, or around the same time. It was suicide for the title, I reckon. Or for the pristine shine, it was taken off it because of the time frame that there was another action adventure. Well, the same thing happened to Battleborn with Overwatch, but I think now 12 months later on down the track, this has spurred them on to give you a free to play because it's going to bring people in, and a lot more people may enjoy it more given the opportunity to try it. Because who's going to spend $60 to $90 on Battleborn when you can spend $60 to $90 on fucking Overwatch? I keep going to say Paladins. So yeah, I don't know, give it a go. What is it? You can upgrade to the full game, of course, which gives you 25 base characters, all 8 story mode missions, and the prologue, and permanent access to private matches. So obviously all those things that I just reeled off aren't all available in the free to play. Players who purchased Battleborn prior to the free trial gain founder status. So all 7 of them now have founder player title, gold skins for characters, loot packs, and 5 command faction packs. So yeah, go check it out. It's kind of gone down the same road as Evolve, who was also published by 2K.
Yeah. Whoopsies.
Yeah, stick to your basketball games and wrestling games, Brad.
Yeah, fair call, that one. Fair call.
But yeah, so if you're Xbox or PC, and, well, as we just spoke about with Crossout and all these other free-to-play, all it's going to cost you is time and a monthly subscription to fucking Telstra or wherever your ISP is. So, yeah, worth checking out. I'll check it out when it comes to PlayStation 4 because, yeah, Red likes free stuff.
That's it. Who doesn't?
That's my news. Sorry, I fucking rambled a little bit there and got lost and then found myself again, and, yeah.
That's all right. That's why we love you. Alrighty, well, let's go into user-created content. Alright, so Roy Boy posed a question up on the Facebook page last week asking, what video game would you like to see published that hasn't yet seen the light of day? We had a couple of responses. Robert Bobcat White said to us, Star Wars 1313.
Yeah, good luck.
Good luck to that one, but I totally agree with you, Bobcat. I would love to see that one actually be made, but yeah, that'll never happen. Never say never, I guess, but nah.
Nah, won't happen.
Rusky Big Muskie says, several years back, Capcom showed a dungeon crawler called Deep Down. That looked very cool.
Where the fuck is it?
But not sure whatever happened. Also, I might be the minority on this one, but I just replayed The Order 1866. Is that what it was called?
86 Cobb.
Oh, yeah, sorry, I'm just reading what Rusky's got. But yeah, 1886, isn't it?
Oh, yep.
And enjoyed it even more than my first playthrough. I'd love to see a sequel. Happy you'll be back on the podcasting internet soon. Hope you had a good holiday. Rusky, I did have a fantastic holiday. Thanks for asking. And I also loved The Order as well. Great game. Does need a sequel. But what is this Deep Down game?
It looked... there was trailers pre-PS4 release. Capcom, I believe. It was another Souls-like action RPG.
Yeah, I'm looking at it now. I can see it.
Every trailer was only ever in Japanese. The gameplay was only ever in Japanese. It was only ever Japanese people playing it. So maybe they have it, but it's called Deep Down There.
Oh, yeah, I remember seeing this trailer, actually.
I'm with him, though. I was well keen for it.
Well, it does look good. Oh, big dragons.
But that was prior. That gameplay, that trailer you're watching, was prior to PlayStation 4 release. So that's now almost 4 years old.
Yeah, it sort of did just drop off the face of the earth, didn't it?
Yep.
Yeah, don't know where that is.
Nowhere.
This is Roy Boy. Says in 2008 there was news of a Highlander game based on the movies. It was canned in 2010. He'd love to see that game.
Of course you would. It's the coolest thing to come out of Scotland.
Adam Ryle, he's just hoping to hear Scalebound will be announced again. Fair call,
Balescound.
Failscount. And he's fingers crossed they're saving it for the Scorpio. Maybe. Don't know.
Nah. Microsoft will wipe their hands of it.
Yeah.
It'll either be picked up by Crytek or THQ.
Wouldn't it be funny if Sony bought it, polished it, released it, and it was fucking massive? Wouldn't they?
A number one seller.
Oh.
Yeah. A Skyrim beater. Oh, wow.
Oh, man. That would be, painful for Microsoft. But anyway,
I'd almost insist that Sony own it already.
Yeah. I'd like that to happen. But anyway, Adam Ryle also further asks, user-created content, not game-related, but just a random question to the Age admins. I've often wondered what you guys do for a crust. Well, Red makes the crust. I recalled Lucas saying on a podcast that he got off night shift or something, so that got me curious. And he says, you don't have to answer if it's personal to you. He's a rigger that works on various construction projects around Melbourne. That's a useless bit of info about him, he says. A rigger?
No, it's not useless at all. We now know you're from Victoria, so we won't take you seriously, so we're not going to answer that question.
What's a rigger? What does a rigger do?
Oh, a rigger sets up rigs.
That's a good one.
Don't they work with like that? I was going to say metal string, like the braid. I don't know. Google it.
Yeah, I'm googling it now.
I'm going to make myself sound stupid just by fucking guessing.
I've got no idea. Rigger's job description. Yeah, let's have a look at this. It's a YouTube video. He puts on harnesses.
Yep.
And something to do with construction and cranes and heavy things and nuts and bolts and
metal wire.
Gets to wear bright coloured shit and hard hats. That's what he does for a living. He's a rigger. What do you...
Reminds me of that meme getting around at the moment. Tag someone that wears a high res vest and does fuck all.
What do you do, Red?
Hey, I'm a qualified chef, but I stay at home and eat. No, I'm a full-time dad because my wife does night shift also, and uni. So I worked for 12 years while she raised kids from birth, and now I'm just repaying the favour and staying home and letting her flourish in a equal opportunity world where she should be just doing dishes and stuff. But I thought I'd give her a go. No, I'm supporting my wife while she tries to expand on her skills and knowledge, and I'm a stay-at-home father that plays way too many video games and cooks food every single fucking night and does dishes and does washing and vacuums and basically just hangs out with my cool dog.
Hi, Cass.
Yeah, so that's really long-winded abbreviation for fuck all.
No, you do plenty. As for me, I am an assassin.
Yes. Shh.
Yeah. I live in a world where I wish I knew that saying. What is it? Everything is permitted, nothing is something.
Prohibited.
Nothing is. Yeah, I don't know. I'm an assassin, and I can't remember my creed. No, I'm just kidding. I'm a great peeler at Raisins R Us.
You bring up a good point there.
What's the good point?
I don't know, but you raised it well.
Oh! Dearie me. Oh, dear. Yeah, so I kill people and peel grapes. Lovely.
You're a fluffer.
What, give dudes hard-ons for porn?
Yes! Amazing how quickly you knew exactly what that was.
Oh, yeah. Used to be one. That was my previous employment.
How much did they pay you? Loads. That's a bit rude.
Oh my god.
Sorry, man.
That's terrible. That's hilarious, though. That's funny. Red.
Yes.
Let's do What's That Sound?
Let's. Oh. It's my job application. Shit, sorry.
Righto. Before we went away, we had a What's That Sound? It was a while ago. It was an easy one. I think, Red, you and I both got it correct. This was it. You remember what that was?
Mushroom cup. The mushroom cup.
Yeah, something like that. Mario Kart 64. That is correct. Well done, Red. Woo! Yeah.
Hey.
All right, so we both get a point. So that takes you to 4.
Yeah.
And me to 3.
Yeah.
You're in the lead. All right. Okay, this week we've got a sound from Reprimir again. Let's have... Are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
All right, gentlemen, start your engines. Here it is. I think I know that.
Was there something being said in the mixture of that wind tunnel?
I don't know.
Play it again, Sam.
Okay, we'll play it again.
Oh, wow. No, something like arsehole or something.
I can't make out any words.
That's shotgun.
I think I know what that is.
What is it?
I think it's...
Oh, okay. Yeah, it could be, actually. I thought that was a rusty car door at the start, but maybe not.
Oh, have another one more listen.
Oh, yeah, of course. Slow-mo mode.
Yeah, I think that's what it is.
Yeah, so do I. Yeah.
Alright, this could be my chance to get back at you.
Yeah, I won't qualify for a point there because I'm merely agreeing.
Yeah, well, that's fair. But, alright, well, we'll find out. I don't know for 100%, but we'll find out for next week. And if anyone listening at home thinks they know what this week's What's That Sound is, then send us a message to our Facebook page and we'll shoot you over a free game if you're correct, or if I just feel like doing it, I'll send you one anyway. It's kind of how it works down here at Aussie Gamers Express. Whatever! Laid back. But that was a good one. I think I know it. I hope I've got that right. I'll be chuffed because it has been a while since I got one. Other than last week, that was easy, and we both got that. Or last time, I should say, not last week. But anyway, that's What's That Sound, Red. How about we go into Remember When?
Let's address something that's been brought up this last week.
Okay.
Do you remember when Red was an Aussie Gamers Express admin?
I do.
Because it wasn't that long ago.
It wasn't that long ago.
And now I'm not.
No. No longer.
Not in 100% essence of the word, I'll always be part of the family.
Yes, absolutely.
But, yeah, this week's Remember When, we'll address it because a lot of people, well, I'll get to the shout because you put a post up addressing it yourself, and a lot of the diehards have got around it and had their thoughts and everything on it. Mm-hmm. But you and I are very, very close, mm-hmm. and we're close friends. We're family to that point. I've come and stayed at your house. You've travelled to interstate and come stayed at my house. I don't think there's a subject that we can't breach together, work through together, and accomplish together. And I think the lessons that I've learnt from Aussie Gamers Express and just being your friend, your mate, has put me in good stead for anything that I try to tackle in life, whether it be literature, whether it be a personal situation, whether it be social, whether it be advantageous or in adversity. I think I've got some definite tools for life and growth out of taking part in being such a well-regarded member of Aussie Gamers Express. Let's not sugarcoat. I was your second in charge for a good 2 years. Mm-hmm. We put a lot of work, we put a lot of effort and blood, sweat, and tears, even money. We put money into it. We put, I don't know what else you can put into it. And I've decided through a lot of time working together that I wanted to spread my wings a little bit, and I have other passions in life that aren't necessarily gaming related, that I feel that I, as an entity or brand, if you will, like my Red is to your Luke One, that I'd like to bring to the table, bring to the social media world with my own page, mm-hmm. my own Facebook page and Twitch streaming account and whatnot like that, and we could work together. And it's obviously I'm still here on the fucking podcast, so everything went well. It's all good. But I think the second best thing you've ever done for me in our relationship was bring me on to Aussie Gamers without if, buts, maybes or anything, and help me grow. It hasn't always been easy with me, because it never is. I don't do anything by halves, and I'm full of fucking passion. And the best thing you've ever done for me, the number one thing you've ever done for me, is support me as a friend and encourage my personal growth, and with the tools that you've taught me along the way. So this is the Aussie Gamers Express podcast, and you've, even today, after we know where we stand, and we've known where we stand for a little while now, it's just all been made official because you were going to have your holiday and we're working it all out and everything like that. And you still introduce me as co-host and very good friend. Nothing's changed. There's been no subtle changes in our interactions. If anything, because we've had the ability to be honest with each other 100% of the way, it's that we've only got stronger from it. Absolutely. And this is the Aussie Gamers Express podcast, which I will continue to co-host because it's one of the most favourite things I've been part of basically every week of my life for the last 2.5 years. A lot of people like Rusky Big Musky are listening, and you heard my first episode, and you're listening to this episode, so you know how far we've come as an entity. And it's still we. When I say we, it's you and I.
Mm-hmm.
We do this together. You do a lot of the hard work behind the scenes, and I just rock up. But I bring everything I can to the table with knowledge, passion, flair, swear words, dirty jokes, bad words again. But that's what I do. That's what I do, and that's what I do best. And now I'm taking this chance. I'll say it now. It's not going to be spruiked every single week out of respect for where we are. I started a page called Bam Nation. Ran, go figure. Bam. But that's me. I'll be across Facebook. We'll be working together. We said about Crossout. We'll stream together. I've got MBN coming soon. So I really only think that we're ever going to get stronger as a team by remaining a team. But I want to cover. I'm a bit more of a jock as well when it comes to stats and everything. I don't go out and do it. But I like sport, and I like WWE wrestling, and I like to keep up to date with the results and watching movies and left of center TV shows and everything like that. And I love my metal. I love music in general, but I love metal and everything like that, and guitars and different hardwares when it comes to producing noise. Food. As I said, I'm a chef, so I like to dabble in trying to give people advice on how to cook on a budget, because that's all I've ever fucking lived by, is a budget. So I'm going to be bringing a few more aspects of what I'm passionate about to the forefront, where Aussie Gamers Express is number one in Australia, free, what do they call it? Non-for-profit, free. Yeah, non-for-profit, so it's free. No, free to everyone else, yes. But non-for-profit organisation that has made a name and established a name within the gaming scene in Australia. And to stay on top of that, you need to focus on that as you're the boss. You need to focus on gaming 100% of the time to promote Aussie Gamers Express as fluently and as well as you do. Where I wanted to try a few different things.
Yeah.
And with no animosity, with no mixed feelings, with no hate, neglect, anything, you've thrown 100% of your support behind me. The Aussie Gamers Express admins have thrown 100% support behind me. They've all remained close friends. No one wants to go through a messy breakup because they think it's an us versus them thing, and I've received nothing but appreciation and respect from everyone involved. And I wanted to make note of that. We said we'd cover it a little bit here in the podcast. So I'll remember when Red was an Aussie Gamers Express admin. Well, I'm still an Aussie gamer.
Absolutely.
Still around the traps. I've still been invited by yourself to, every now and again, I might cover review a game for you that's a niche genre to myself, or right up my alley, or something I might know or be a little bit passionate about. I still have access to all that sort of stuff. I'll still be commenting as me. So if you don't know who I am Aaron Button, like on your fucking shirt, press stud boy. So if you come across that on the page, that name, that's me commenting on there. I'm not going to do the whole red at the end of my comments or anything like that, because I'm an Aussie gamer now. So I understand exactly what it takes behind the scenes to make this a success. And trust me, it's not fucking putting down a few words, going to Google and grabbing an... Oh, hang on, that's how I do it. Nah, fucking just lost. It's not just putting down words and grabbing an image from Google and then slapping it up on a Facebook wall to make it successful. It's an ongoing finger on the pulse fucking exercise, regimented exercise, daily, trying to come up with fresh content to keep it interesting and engaging. So I've learnt that, and I respect that, and I got a lot of respect and love for you, mate. You and Snoogans and Roy and Deb and Jason, all remaining admins and everything like that. I've seen a massive evolution, not only in quality and personality, but just overall enjoyability when it comes to the page. So I'm never leaving that behind forever. I'll always be an Aussie gamer, and if I'm ever invited to special events and live streamings and anything like that, you know, and I'm available, I'll always be there. You can always rely on me having an opinion, you know. That's one of my strong points, is telling you exactly how I feel about things. And you've never culled me. You've never denied me the platform to do that. You've never tried to water me down. And I guess it's getting really long-winded at the moment and romantic-like, but thanks. And that's it. That's where we are. We are 100% mutual, best friends, mates. We're good, but we just decided to do two different things and meet in the middle every now and again for an implosion of perfection, if you will. So yeah, awesome. I want to be you.
You have your chance. You're going to give it a go, and you're going to do fantastic.
Yes.
And I'll do whatever I can to support that and make sure it happens. So, because I mean, I want something.
Yeah, it's BAM Nation Gaming. If you want to search it on Facebook, and that's I'm not going to plug it every episode because we're here, and this is our thing. But people were wondering. You made a video about it, hence we'll hit a couple of comments, and I'll react to a few comments from the post that you put up for the shout. So there might be a few different bits and pieces here and there when it comes to the segments on this podcast or anything like that. But I guess the most positive thing to come out of it is you'll always have Luke and Red, always.
Yeah, awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, you were always welcome around the age traps. It's like, well, if you lived in the same state, you'd probably have a key to me house.
Well, yeah. Yeah, I don't doubt it for a second. And I was about to be a smartass, but there's always the ban hammer. I was about to say, you can't keep me away because it's a fucking Facebook page. I'll be there going, fuck yeah. But yeah, nice. So that's remember when. I know we normally touch on things nostalgic like and everything like that, but there's been growing questions every now and again. Where's Red's recap? Where's this? Where's that? And there's been no definitive answer. Well, here's your definitive answer. There probably won't be Red's recaps, but there will be Red still. I'll be around, and but I'll just be doing my own thing, and spreading my own creative wings, and just touching on different subjects that's not always gaming.
Yeah, that's awesome. Good on you, mate. Wish you the best of luck from myself and all of the Age team.
Yeah, I do appreciate it. So let's quickly address the shout before we close out the show, so I can go cry in a corner for 12 minutes or so.
Go ahead.
You made a video with the update, and there was sad news, not bad news. Would you like to break it to everyone what the sad news is?
What do you mean?
Red, you done the update where you were letting everyone know that you fired me.
Yeah, I didn't fire you.
No, I know. Anyway, so we've got some nice comments on there, and they're all about, well, they're not. Most of them are about me. One's about a JB Hi-Fi bag that, what'd you buy?
Yeah, I know. Where random was that?
How cool was that? But here's the most formal shout that I can give you from when I was an admin. You got back from holiday, done an update video, let us know what was going on, let everyone know that I'd officially left.
Yep.
And Martin Creamers was glad to see that I'm staying to help with the podcast. Well, I don't help, I just rock up. And it said would have been weird without Red, because Luke can't really put on my voice that well. It'd be split personalities coming out there.
And I'd be going, yeah, so let's go for the news.
Oh, thanks for that. And next up in the news, Martin Creamers also wishes us all the best of luck, and he's already thrown support behind me, and I do appreciate that. Also, what's in the JB Hi-Fi bag in the background? Well, that was a digital camera.
Yeah.
Stephen Hodgson recommended Friday the 13th. Now, I'm curious about that. Is it? I assume it'd be like Evolve 1 versus 4.
Yeah, it would be.
Yeah. So, You've replied back to there. Adam Hadel jumped back in and said for all the bad reviews, he's actually enjoying it. And Stephen Hodgson agrees with that sentiment. Okay, where are we? Aidan Stewart, welcome back to your fine self from your holiday.
Thanks, Aidan.
He wants to fight you in Tekken 7.
Yep.
And you said, bring it on. Paul David Clennon, welcome back. You look relaxed as. Glad Red is staying. No one gives me shit better than him.
True.
Fucking old man. Oh, here we go. Colin Moore. Can this year get any worse for video games? First good game is cancelled. Colin leaves kind of fun of gaming. Red is leaving Aussie Games. Fuck, I'm put up there with some big company. Thanks, man. Hey, Aussie Gamers is bigger than Good Game. And who the fuck is Colin Moriarty? No, just joking. I know both of them. And yes, it was sad. Leaving, yes. Leaving forever, for good. 100% no. All the best to myself in my future endeavours. I do appreciate it. Looking forward to seeing what the new project is. I have said it once in the podcast. We're not going to turn this into a plug session. Robert Bobcat White. I like this one. Welcome back. I feel the same as everyone here in saying I'm glad Red is sticking around for the podcast. Otherwise, it would have to be hashtag damn. And here's one I haven't read. Naughty me. Because it was 16 hours ago. Red's the man. Well, the size of two. Keen as to see what he's got in store in the future. So stoked he'll be on the podcast, dude. Dude cracks me up endlessly. Good to have you back as well, Luke. So there we go. That's our shout this week. So there's lots of love flowing for the pair of us, as per usual. Paul David Clennon loves himself. But everyone else is showing a whole lot of love for us, and yeah, it's only onwards and upwards from here anyway. So yeah, there's nothing negative about our current situations.
Absolutely not. All right, thanks guys, appreciate all that.
Yep, me too.
All right, that's it. We've got to go through to last words now. All right, bringing it home. I've got a couple of things to mention. Rocket League's been out for 2 years, man.
I know, right? The only PS Plus game anyone's played for more than 17 minutes.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's I still play it fresh like it's only been out a couple of months. It's
Me too,
amazing.
avidly.
Destiny 2 was revealed. I think that was revealed after we finished our last show. You getting it?
Well, I made mention to the podcast, the E3 podcast that's on YouTube. We did have a big in-depth conversation about that. Yes, I will be getting it.
Yeah, I'll get it.
I'll be getting it on Xbox.
Oh.
You want a quick explanation as to why?
Oh.
I got a really cool brother-in-law who lives in South Australia, and he's like got a big beard. He goes to metal concerts. He's like been to Metallica and Iron Maiden hundreds of times, and he LARPs. He dresses up in, well, not dresses up, he dons knight's armor, his swords, and does really cool stuff, and is what my kids aspire to be half as cool as him. He plays on an Xbox avidly, number one, and he was over here not long ago, and we're talking video games and playing video games, and I've been married to his sister for a couple of years now, but we've been together for a good 11 years, and we haven't had a whole lot of opportunity to hang out and to flourish, have a relationship flourish. So this one, I'm going to take one for the team. I'm going to go on Xbox so I can spend some time with my brother-in-law.
See ya, have a good day.
Have a beautiful day.
Is that how it goes?
Yeah.
Righto, you enjoy that one.
You're not coming with me?
To the Xbox?
Everyone else is.
Oh, catch your cats. Or maybe I'm not getting it then.
Yeah, come on. You have an excuse to get an Elite controller.
Nah, I'm not buying a fucking $200 controller for something to play for 5 minutes every now and then to turn Netflix on.
I don't even watch Netflix on it. I've got.
No, look, I've contemplated it. I have spoken to the others about it because they mentioned they were getting it on the Xbox too. But I don't want to.
No, I'm getting it on the Xbox One.
Smart ass. I mean, like, I've got a PlayStation Pro, and
Yeah,
I reckon it'll look and play better on that.
so do I.
When's it out?
September?
Oh, well, you've got till September to convince me, but otherwise I probably won't get it. If everyone's going on to the Xbox, I'll either get it on Xbox or I won't get it at all, I think, if that's the case. It's not exactly...
Jason will be playing it on PlayStation. He said he wants to get it on both because of his marital situation. He'll be getting it on Xbox, PlayStation first. Look, yeah, I don't know. A lot of people get it on both consoles, like our good friend Ross Mark is it on both consoles and has max light level characters on both. I said, I can't fucking dedicate that much time to one game.
But that's the thing, a lot of people, if they do have it on both, one's a main, one's a secondary.
It's correct.
So, like, yeah, I don't know. We'll see what happens. There's a lot of time between now and then. We'll see what eventuates.
I think I'm trying to justify my Elite controller as well.
Well, there's that too, I guess. But, yeah, I really don't want it on the Xbox.
No, I'm not going to make... while we're on the subject of Destiny, I'm not going to make the same mistake as I made last time either. When I pre-order Destiny, or when I buy it, it'll be with the gold edition or whatever, with the first expansion or two included, so you don't even get left behind by a few days, sort of thing, you know what I mean?
Yeah. But anyway, beyond that, gold and silver PS4s, okay, they came out. Oh, that's a... I don't know what the big hype was. They were just gold and silver versions.
Yeah, I've got no hype.
I didn't even think they looked quite good either.
I put on the post. It's like you had the perfect answer for it, but why the fuck are they still retailing consoles at 500 gig?
Yeah, that's completely understandable now after the initial, but I think they should have done them bigger. Terabyte to start off with, but the thing is, they can't go any bigger now because then the price will have to be more because things cost money. And you think to get a 2 terabyte hard drive after you buy the console, that's another $120, isn't it?
Yeah, that's for one. When they're buying 500,000 of them.
Well, true, but it's still going to be more expensive regardless of how much it is. It is more expensive, and they don't want to go up in price; they want to come down. So there's only one way to do that, and that's
also they've now with 4.5 or whatever it was, you can put an external.
Yeah, that's right. 3-minute coffee break videos. Have you seen them, Red?
How cool was that? Yeah, of course. I actually still had access to it. I watched them all before they went live. Ring.
You cheeky fucker.
Because 6 scheduled posts. I said the motherfucker's in like F1 J1.
Yeah. And I'm still posting.
So I watched them.
Do you remember a while ago, Red, I said to you that I was working on something, but I kept it a secret?
A while ago? Like a while ago?
Probably a year and a half ago.
I do recall that.
That's what I was talking about.
10-4, Big Daddy. No, they're wicked. They've got some response.
Yeah, I reckon. Nearly 400 views on that last one.
I think there's a definite place there for it.
Yeah, I think so. I started off Series 2 yesterday. So
recording?
Yeah, started the recording for Series 2. I was always going to sort of put it out there and see if they were received well. I wasn't going to keep doing it if they weren't well received, but it seems like it's going all right. So I'll do at least a Series 2.
Yes, good. No, I thought it was awesome. And the editing, how you'd go from one to the other and then zoom in, zoom out.
Yeah.
And it's cool. It's all PC, isn't it?
Yes, it'll be all PC. Well, it'll... Predominantly, I won't say won't be anything else, but at the moment it's all PC. Yeah, they're all just like little easy indie games on Steam, which I play for 3 minutes. You can watch it, see what it's all about, have a bit of a chuckle. And all of these games that I'm playing as well, that footage you saw me playing is the first time I've played that game.
You need to keep it. That's the formula that's going to work.
So I very, very well do not know what I'm doing most of the time. So I think that's the fun part to it. So I don't know what to expect. I don't know how to play, and I've got to try and work it out to be half competent within 3 minutes, which is really hard to do. Time flies when you're playing that sort of style. What else? So there's more of that coming. E3 is next week.
Yes, it is.
That's cool. Far Cry 5 was announced as well.
Yes, it was.
What do you think?
What do I think? I don't think Telstra are going to... Telstra. I don't think Target are going to sell it.
Yeah, well, the whole Christian and religion sort of aspect.
Yeah, well, what are they fucking scared of? Exposure.
Yes.
That's what they're scared of.
Well, when I saw the trailer for that, immediately I thought, what does Far Cry mean for me? And there were a couple of things that came to mind, and it was power struggles.
Yes.
Oppression versus resistance.
Yes.
And the last one, probably the most important one, which have done quite well in the past, is a unique, overpowering, psychopathic antagonist.
Yes.
And I like
that's how I'd say overthrowing a regime with guerrilla warfare.
Yeah, and with the religious aspect to this,
so cool.
Yeah, I think if there's one thing that religion has brought the world, it's probably the opposite to what it was intended, and that's war.
Pain and suffering.
Pain and suffering, exactly. And that's one thing that it has definitely brought this world.
Through judgment.
Yep. Because other people don't follow your religion or don't follow it the same way as you, they're the enemy. And obviously there are people that take religion beyond what it's supposed to be and really do follow fundamentally what the religion was trying to be against, you know. No pain, no suffering, don't do to other people unless you would have them do unto yourself and all that sort of stuff. But then taking it to the extremes and saying, well, you know, I'm going to bring harm to you if you don't follow this religion because you're wrong. And Far Cry 5, I'm excited for. There's a dude in the trailer that looks a bit like Jesus, and they do like baptisms in the water and all that. And
dude with his hands bound on his knees with sinner engraved into his back.
Yeah,
wicked.
Yeah, it's
Daisy Duke and the moonshine and the wow.
Yeah, I'm excited for it. I think it looks good. So we'll definitely be following Far Cry 5 up until its release. And like I said, Far Cry, it's a thing that they've done well in the past, and that's that overpowering psychopathic antagonist. I'd like to see the reveal of that.
And they reckon they're going to perfect the bloody co-op gameplay too.
Hopefully, because that has been an issue.
Mm-hmm. Except for number 3, where they had just a separate game mode.
Yeah, that's right, yeah. It was just completely separated. But anyway, that's all I've got for last words. Red, have you got any?
Well, I think I summed up exactly how I'm feeling with Remember When. I think I'm all out on
no, that's fair enough. No, all good. It's been a very long show. I haven't got the recording handy because the recording had to start again at one stage, but it's probably over 2 hours, this show. So there's nothing wrong with us finishing it there.
Yeah, we've been on the Skype chat for 2 hours, 36 minutes, 25, 26, 27. That one won't stop, Luke.
So it's about 2.5 hours. All right, well, we'll end it there. Thank you very much to everybody listening. It's been a great show, and it's good to be back. We've had a lot to say, obviously, because we've been away for a while. But thanks, Red, for coming back, and good luck to you with all your endeavours. But for everyone that's questioning it, Red's going to be back next week, and the week after, and the week after, and the week after. He's not going anywhere for the podcast. So, that's it. I, as always, am Lucas.
And as per fucking usual, I'm Rank. Oh, Red. Red.
All of the above.
Yeah, mate.
Catch up. That's it. We are finished for another week. We are packing up our bat and ball and we're going home. If you're keen for more content before the next show, then head over to the Aussie Gamers Express Facebook page and give us a like. And check out our website at www.aussiegamersexpress.com. We are also on Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, and every other social network that you can think of. Except that weird one that no one uses. You know the one. This podcast is also available on iTunes, Stitcher, and TuneIn Radio. See you all next time on the Aussie Gamers Express Video Game Podcast.